think I'm live now. Here we go. Alright, we're in. Hey everybody! Sorry for the slightly late start. Just wanted to make sure I ate lunch prior to this, and it took a little bit longer than I expected. Good news is, while I was eating lunch, I did get some eggs. So we can already start off the stream by hatching a few. Uh-oh, I have my box. Oh no. I had the box in the wrong thing. So now the eggs are all spread out. Shit. Now I gotta go on a freaking Easter egg hunt to find everything again. Oh no. They're all spread out. Oh great. Well. I'm gonna keep a note of that for the next batch. Oh my god. This is bad. I gotta get all these eggs and never mind, move. And then this one. There. We'll come back to box 16 in a bit. Whoops! Note to everyone out there who wants to do some shiny hunting via eggs, please check to see what box they're going into. Please. You don't want this to happen. You really don't. It's like 8 days to change your name to Khalil version 3. Do we really need version numbers, though? I'm not sure I fully understand, like, why version numbers. Why would you ever want to update Khalil? He's perfect as he is. I mean, look at him. I need a better image. I need to get one with transparency. And I keep saying I'm gonna do it, but I never do. I never do. Oh well. I also really don't have a proper layout for this type of thing, or just in general. At some point, I really should make like a basic layout. I know for a fact there's one project I want to do, where having a nice overlay would be kind of handy. To be perfectly honest. But that may not be a thing for a while, because I'm waiting for one needed to do his thing. I don't know if he's starting on it today, which, if he is, it sucks. It's poor timing. He couldn't stream yesterday, so he's streaming later today. Probably during the time when I'm streaming. The thing I completely wanted to avoid by scheduling it the way I did. I wanted to have it not overlap, and it's overlapping anyway. Great. That's fun. But, I think he said he'll start the Nuzlocke tomorrow, and I want to be there for that. Not to mention, when he's done with it, he's going to make a full-on, like, YouTube video highlighting his experience, no doubt. So, yeah. Gotta sort these eggs out. Yeah, breakdancing Khalil's so good. These eggs, by the way, are separate from the Rowlet eggs. These are a bunch of eggs that I made freaking Sunday for a Terrible Tabby stream, and he's still at PAX. I completely fucking forgot about that. So I just have a bunch of eggs in a box. Most of them, I think, are Cacnea? With a few leftover Rowlets from the last time, so. Again, please pay attention to where you're putting your eggs. For your sanity. Oh man. you should really try to log in your Twitch account again. Is it like a problem of forgetting your password, or is it connected to another account and it's not working? But trust me, you're gonna... It's a lot better when you actually can chat. It's a... it's a great experience. I'll admit. That's coming from a guy who kind of idles most of the time. But I say a few things every now and again. To be fair, his last few streams have been Professor Layton, and he doesn't want any backseating or anything, so... I'm not saying as an excuse or anything, but... Yeah. I'll definitely see if I can be more active in chat when he does the Nuzlocke, because I want to be able to help him a bit. Some of the rules we made for it were to make it a little bit easier on him, but... So he's not the most familiar with Pokemon, so I don't know if I want to do the whole coaching thing that Alpha Red did, or not, or just do the chat, I don't know. Got a new laptop, can't log in now, you know, it's on your phone, oof. Well, you probably have access to the email it's associated with, right? Which games you gonna do? Ruby. The way I set up his version, though, it's a little bit different. I modified the game to allow HMs on every Pokemon. To prevent soft locks, really. Because he'll probably end up losing a decent number since it's his first time. It wouldn't surprise me. And if you know anything about Gen 3, there's a lot of water. So he could get to a point where all his water Pokemon are dead, and he needs to use Surf and Waterfall to get to the end game. And I want to avoid a scenario where he can't, and the run just kind of dies in a really slow, sad manner. So, I added HMs to every Pokemon. I also managed that way, like, special evolutions, like, trait evolutions and such, can still happen. Be a level up, I think? So, if he gets his hands on a Geodude, he will be able to use Golem. But the way I did it was I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to do it, and tried to keep all the settings to, like, you know, basic, don't do anything. I did give him running shoes indoors, though. So that way he can traverse gyms a little faster. But, in the process, you know how in every Pokemon game, they usually, like, have the professor show off a Pokemon at the very start? Usually one exclusive to the region. Because they use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, even though pretty much everything else in the game isn't randomized, it changed the Pokemon to an Anorith, and I couldn't do anything about that. There's no option to prevent that, so, oops. But I also did leave another surprise for him that he'll see a little tease of after the first gym. He won't be able to do anything about it until after Norman, though. He'll need Surf. I also hope the guy that frickin' patches correctly. I sent him a patch file with all the changes and such. And it was a nightmare getting it all set up. Honestly. It's not easy to set up like a proper patch, and especially with all the stuff we decided to modify. The running shoes indoors, saying the HMs, the evolution stuff. I even, in terms of surprise, did change up a couple sprites, but I'm not gonna say which ones. And even then, assuming it works, you're not gonna be able to notice. You're gonna think it's an entirely different thing. I'm not gonna say anything more. I don't want to spoil a surprise for anybody. It's gonna be a treat. It's gonna be a treat. sure he did Ruby because that was the only game I know of that he's beaten. I don't think he's beaten any other Pokemon games. I think he's played a little bit of Gen 5. But I think he got to, like, the first town and kind of just stopped. Which... To be fair, that was just because, he runs everything through his, as he quotes it, Nintendo PC. And, for some reason, it was not happy with him streaming Pokemon Black and White. So... he just kind of stopped after a bit. Most of the stream where he was trying to get the game to work, it was just troubleshooting. Like, did one route, and the rest of the stream, I think, was just troubleshooting. I think he just quit the stream early because he was just kind of tired of it. I don't blame him. Speaking of which, things are going to be changing a little bit with this stream pretty soon. Hopefully. Depends on how fast I find the Wii U gamepad. You see, we moved to a new house starting last year, and we're technically not all the way moved in yet. Mainly because Mom's work has been wearing her down like nuts, and I still don't have a driver's license, so I can't go to the old house and get anything by myself. But, in the process, I found my old Wii U. And, it's actually a bit of a problem. I found a Wii Remote with Wii Motion Plus. I found the Wii U. I found all the wires for it. I'm just missing the gamepad. I found its charger. I haven't found the gamepad. I don't know if it's in the old house or currently just sitting in the garage at this newer place. It's not really new anymore. We've had it almost a year, probably. Things have been kind of slow. But, I was kind of hoping, like, oh, I have the Wii Remote. I can just set it to, get ready for stream and just play Wii games. Like, that'd be nice. Play some Mario Super Sluggers. Like, oh, yeah. Some Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. That'd be a fantastic time. But, little problem. The Wii U is currently set to AV output, which not only is 480p, but also can't plug into my capture card directly, and I don't have a converter. This wouldn't be so bad if I could just go in the system settings and change it, which, you know, you figured you could, because you normally do. And I've had to change it before, because, let's just say I kind of got sick of switching between HDMI cables. So I said, screw it. The TV I had at the time was small. It's not going to be that much of a difference if I use freaking AV cables and leave it at 480. Now things are different. And you think, oh, you just go in the system settings and change it there. No. In order to even open the system settings, you need the Wii U gamepad, because all the controls are stuck on the gamepad. None of them are actually on the TV itself, which is so baffling to me, because you can control so much of the Wii U menu with just the Wii Remote. What the hell? Because of that, it's stuck at AV output, 480p, so I can't fucking do anything about it. And I can't change anything about the output resolution or anything via the fucking Wii menu, because I stripped that thing down so much for the Wii U. The only settings that exist on the Wii menu on a Wii U is just save management. It's save management, that's it. All of your, like, your time settings and the resolution, all that, and the internet especially, all that sort of stuff is locked behind the Wii U menu, which requires the gamepad to even use to even get in the system settings. And my gamepad is currently still MIA. So what am I supposed to do? At the very least, I could have streamed if I had it set to HDMI in the meantime, but no, it was an AV and I can't do anything about it. Oops. Playing Shield and got Mewtwo. Should I use it on my team? That's up to you. I'm not exactly the best with team building. Not really. I can make some okay teams, I suppose, but I'm not, like, very good. I'll tell you right now, I am not very experienced Pokemon myself. Here's my team. Zero, Whoopi, Gary, Halloween, Donald, and Toad. And then Halloween got swapped out for Queen during post-game because Halloween kind of started letting me down, and I was just kind of fed up. That's exciting. I'm not the person to ask. To be honest, I'm surprised I was able to get this team put together because there are 400 total Pokemon in Generation 9 by default. Not counting the stuff you get from, like, special raids and events and such, right? And I had to shuffle around my team so much trying to get something that worked because I was 100% expecting Donald to evolve into a water flying, and that threw everything off balance. So when it turned out it became water fighting, despite the fact I learned so many flying moves, I got fucking baited. Well, I had to completely change up my whole team. And I was not prepared in the slightest. Not to mention, I didn't go for like great IVs and EV training, which is kind of... I only like recently learned how to EV train because of like the terror raids, because some of those are a pain. Like, for example, the one for Decidueye, the one that gave me all these Rowlets. It was so difficult. I was tempted to say Decidueye was no longer my favorite Pokemon because it was a struggle and a half, and I did not have fun. I eventually had to freaking cheese it. So, yay! That was fun. But hey, I'm gonna get a green owl out of it, so like, it's not the worst thing, I guess. It's not the worst thing. Yeah, I do plan on modding my Wii U. So once I get everything set up and do like a little test stream with it to make sure it actually runs, I can guarantee you, it does boot up. It's not one of those like bricked Wii U's or anything. It runs fine. Once I get it set up the stream and see if it like properly streams well, probably do a Mario and Sonic stream or a Mario Super Slugger stream. After that, I'll mod it, and then I could just basically play anything. Anything that can run on a Wii U or earlier, I can stream right off that. Which is, really exciting. I can actually play Pikmin hacks on stream. Hell yeah! I've always wanted to give, like, Pikmin 251 a shot. So, now's my opportunity, I suppose. Once I find the damn Wii U gamepad. Apparently a new hack has been making the rounds recently. It's like a sequel to Pikmin. If you even know what that is. Pikmin, for those of you uninitiated, is effectively like a repainted version of Pikmin 2. And it's just absolutely crazy. I guess someone made like a sequel and completely overhauled the fucking game. And, it's taken the Pikmin community by storm. The 7 of us that exist. I joke about the small size, but Pikmin's not the most popular series. Most people think, like, oh, Olimar, that's the guy from Smash Brothers! But, yeah, it's been making the rounds, and since I'm playing them on my Wii U, that means I'll be able to load up like ROM hacks and such. So nothing's really stopping me from playing like Pikmin 251 or Pikmin 269, except for the fucking missing gamepad. Once I find the gamepad, I'm just done. I have everything. I have the Wii U all set up with all the wires. I have a Wii remote. I have the freaking gamepad charger and it's a little like kickstand. It has, you can put it on the charge. That's kind of cool. The only thing I'm actually really missing, besides the gamepad, is a fucking nunchuck. I have no idea where the nunchuck went. It wasn't with the Wii remote I found. So I don't know where the heck that is. I'm sure I'll find it eventually too, but that also means I need to find some other way of maybe controlling some of these games. I should really invest in like a pro controller or a classic controller for the Wii or something. You know? Or maybe a wireless GameCube controller and the GameCube adapter for Smash, you know? Some way to be able to control like Wii and GameCube games without like the gamepad, because that's not gonna fucking work. The Wiimote can't do everything by itself. There's some things it can't do without a nunchuck or some attachment, you know? I'll cross those hurdles when we get to them. I'll cross them eventually. It'll be okay. I'll figure something out. Look, I'm not exactly very good with the planning thing, you know? Especially when you can't find all the parts of the goddamn Wii U and you effectively leave your console like half useless, you know? At one point, I'm like, what the heck is this like demo thing? Because I have a bunch of like random free demos and such on the Wii U because I couldn't buy anything from the eShop, and now I never fucking will. Unless I have mom's like explicit permission. And they freaking like look up it's like what the game was and everything, you know? So the one game I remember actually getting from the eShop that cost money was fucking what was it called? Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. And that was more worth it because when you bought one, you bought both versions. You got the Wii U and the 3DS one. So, there's that. I'm like, oh, what are all these demos? And most of them, I click them and it's like, you need that gamepad to proceed. I'm like, yeah, I figured Wii U fucking required that thing on basically everything before it just died off. Like, I get it. And there was one. That was, a thing that was just given out for free via, like, Spot Pass or whatever fucking equivalent existed on Wii U. And all it was effectively an HTML shortcut. You click the icon, and it takes you to the eShop. I forget what game it's actually called right off the bat. So, I don't remember exactly what it is. But I click it, and it gives me the prompt, do you want to go to Nintendo eShop? Now, because I can't connect to the internet because my system settings are kind of locked out to me right now, I can't go to the eShop. And even then, it's dead anyway. So, it doesn't matter regardless. But, despite the fact I just used the fucking weird remote to select the icon, and even though it didn't lock me out, saying, you want to use the gamepad, genius, it wasn't recognizing the Wii remote. It was paired up, it worked just a few seconds ago, and it's not showing the pointer on the pop-up. So apparently those like system alert pop-ups don't work with the Wii remote, despite the fact that the pop-up and all the buttons show up on the TV! Wow! So I had to fully like turn off the console. Someone was fired for that blunder. Sheesh. I get it. You want to use the gamepad, and it's kind of integral for a large portion of the Wii U library, but god damn, dude. If you're gonna require it for fucking, like, system pop-ups like that, block me out of your damn HTML5 shortcut, then! I'm starting to see why the Wii U failed. It's kind of crazy, actually. I got a Wii because I'm like, oh, I don't have a Nintendo console at home, and the Wii looks so fun and cool. Cause I saw commercials for it on, like, Disney Channel and Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and such. Cause it's advertised like mad. And I finally got mine Christmas of 2009. But, Wii U didn't know was even gonna be a thing until, like, 2013-ish. Where I was at my grandma's, I was playing Wii, I was showing her Pikmin 2. Next day I wake up, I go to watch some cartoons, and a Pikmin 3 commercial comes on. And I'm like, there's gonna be a new Pikmin? Oh my god! And it's on a new console! I'm getting the console for that. So that Christmas 2013, Mom gives me a Wii U with Pikmin 3. First game I load up on there. So I got a Wii U because I wanted a console for home, and like I wanted to play Mario on the TV. That'd be so cool. I got a Wii U for one specific game. Everything else just kind of happened. I'm probably one of like 3 people who got a Wii U basically just for Pikmin 3. Every other game I got was just kind of an extra little bonus. Like Sonic Lost World. That's kind of, I like Sonic. And it's on the Wii U? That's amazing. I will admit, though, the Wii U version is the best version because you get the Yoshi's Island and Legend of Zelda DLC. And, unfortunately, I never got the Knights DLC. It was supposed to be like a tie-in thing, because it was like the Deadly Six bonus or whatever. It gave you like the Knights DLC. I never installed it. Too late to do it now. eShop's dead. Can't do it. Though, at least that's the DLC that's on both versions. So if I get the PC version, I can just get the Knights DLC there. I'm not missing anything. I gotta read something again. So, there's that. I'm not really missing too much. And even then, I might eventually get the PC version once I get a better machine. You know, for modding purposes. As long as I got fucking Sonic Origins on PC and not Switch. But oh, it's a 2D Sonic games. They're great. I could just load up some mods for that. It'd be fun. And then my fucking laptop nearly exploded. Uh-oh. And now they've announced a fucking Plus version. That's great. Playable Amy, wow, yes. Cool. Maybe I'll get it on Switch this time. Because I'm not gonna fucking upgrade my PC version that I can't fucking use. It's the same reason I got Sonic Frontiers on my Switch. I knew for a fact that was never gonna run on my laptop. No way. No fucking way. Oh well. Oh well. But modding a Wii U, I've never modded a console before, so I hope the guy don't fucking break the thing. But I'm told the Wii U is kind of an emulation powerhouse because it can handle pretty much anything. From like Nintendo, some earlier gaming stuff, like up to PlayStation, maybe PlayStation 2? I don't think you can do Xbox just through PlayStation 3, but who fucking cares about that? So if anyone has any requests, I wouldn't be opposed. See what I got and then try to get my hands on the rest. I still gotta find my old copy of Pikmin 2 on Wii. That disappeared years ago, and I have no idea where the fuck it went. It's gotta be somewhere. So, eh. Maybe when I find it, I'll find the nunchuck too. But yeah, plans for the future, I really can't do anything with right now. Now is the boring part. Now we just sit around and freaking get eggs. Yay! Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna just load up Twitter. Yay. It's something to do, really. Because we're gonna be here getting eggs for a while, and I made sure to move to the right box this time. Oh. Mr. Pikmin 4. Just realized there's no longer any way to directly buy Pikmin 1 off Nintendo anymore. You have to buy it secondhand or pirate it to be able to play it. For the first time ever in the game's 22 years of being available to purchase. Ouch. Oh, they better give us fucking GameCube support or release Pikmin 1 and 2 on Switch. It'd be nice. Might also build hype around Pikmin 4. Also, Dolphins, like, officially coming to Steam. You could already load Dolphins through Steam, but now you can get it on Steam. Ooh. Oh, then you go on the Stream Deck, right? You could already load Dolphin on Stream Deck. I know that because Dude made a fucking Kermit's Trying to Dream on Deluxe joke by loading up the fucking Wii version on a Steam Deck. Come on. It's been possible. Come on. Well, no, it's just a waiting game. Just gotta wait for more eggs. Yay. This is always the worst part about shiny hunts requiring eggs. You gotta wait for eggs, and even with egg power level 2, it still takes a while. What's one thing you just dislike and one thing you like? In terms of what? Exactly. Just like, in general. Because, I'm not really sure what to say, honestly. We're thinking, like, what the fuck is the situation doing? In general. Yeah. Think about basically everything. I'm not so good with the general stuff. Not really. Narrowing it down to like a specific category, like I could probably pick a few things here and there, but like it's weird, right? It's really weird when that happens. Like your answer would still work for both, but it's easier to like I guess choose an answer when you have less options. Maybe it's just a me problem. As you can find other things I dislike. I dislike making a lot of choices when there's a whole shit ton of options. I tend to get overwhelmed kind of easily when there's just a lot. It's one that kind of bugs me. You know? Alternatively, we could have the alternate approach where I get two options, choose one, and then a third option added afterwards. Like, Mom wants me, what do you want for supper? Like, this or that? And I'm like, oh, I want this. It's like, or we can have this. I'm like, I made my choice. You didn't even put it on there before, and my mind's not changed. If that was even on the table, you should have said something to begin with. And it's like, oh, I have to think every once in a while. Like, oh, I just remembered. Or like, oh, hey, I just found something on the phone. No. Like, right after, like, immediately, she was like, do you want one of these two? Okay, how about this third thing? I'm like, what? Just say all three! It's especially bad when she's ordering stuff off the phone. She doesn't actually use, like, a proper app for it. I think she just loads it up in the fucking Safari. Fucking internet browser. It didn't work half the fucking time. Wow, what a concept. Interesting. Also, she's just terrible with technology in general, so it's not surprising. So, Mama and I don't really get along the best. Not really. Oh well. Yeah. Not much I can really do about that, though. You know, I've thrown the idea around of doing a full-on Q&A stream at some point. Or just be like a Q&A video. I have done like little announcements like, hey, I want to do a Q&A thing, ask your questions, and I will get no questions. Because I'm a very small YouTube channel, and not very many people watch my content, and if they do, they don't fucking do anything with it. Like, most of my videos have not been over 300 views. Most videos, I don't even think... Like, if they have likes, which is a rare thing, it almost never goes into double digits. And I very rarely get comments. I'm not begging for that sort of stuff, mind you. But because I'm a smaller channel with less user interactions, that means the Q&A stream's not exactly possible, because I need lots of questions. Or else the Q&A lasts 2 minutes, it's just one question. Right? I don't really want that. Maybe I'll make like a 1,000 subscriber special thing, I don't know. Yeah, I know you watch, but like... I think right now you're my only regular with these streams. So... Again, not very much in terms of... You know... User interactivity, I guess. If I'm gonna do a But a proper Q&A stream, I'm 50 questions. Well, that people are just gonna think it's kind of weird. I'm getting questions all from you. It's like, oh, you're just picking and choosing then. The internet likes to make stupid assumptions like that. You know how it is. The internet's just kind of dumb like that. I sometimes hate it here. 100 people at once. Good luck with that. Last time I checked, You're Not Dr. Eggman was 70 alternative accounts! So, yeah, good luck. Maybe someday, though. Maybe someday. Like, if one of these streams ever, like, really massively takes off, and I see a bunch of people in chat, and we get, like, a sudden burst of growth, maybe it'll happen. But I don't see it happening. It's all luck. And clearly I need to name my stuff better for the sake of the algorithm. Because I named my first extreme difficulty Sonic Frontier stream after the update name. So I named it Sight, Sound, and Speed. And as of now, it is my most viewed stream of all time. So I need to stay current. I need to use buzzwords, straight up copy the words from official like trailers and such, and then people will watch. I have figured out the internet. That's freaking scummy. Originality is stupid. Just copy what everyone else is doing, and that's how you really grow online. Is it sad? That's actually kind of true. In a way. I'm gonna watch the song, I'm going to do homework. You could have had it on in the background. Not saying that to be mean or anything, but like, it also would have been funny to have more Khalil bits. Incorporate this into Sonic Frontier somehow. Every single stream, like the past few streams, we've mentioned Khalil to some extent. I want to see a Khalil mod in Sonic Frontiers. I want to play as him. I am a caterpillar. That's only half true. My mother was a caterpillar. My father was a hedgehog. I don't even know how that works. It would also be great for extreme difficulty because that would make it understandable why you just die in one hit. Caterpillars aren't really known for being the most defensive creatures. Like they're bugs. Like one smack and they're probably dead. Like you whack a bug of any kind with like a newspaper, they just fall to the ground and die. They're kind of frail. I'm surprised Khalil survived being launched out of a damn cannon. Yeah, that was a thing. I remember that vividly. The pirates don't do anything, just loading a whole bunch of their freaking like leisure equipment, I guess, into the cannon to fire at the whale to save Jonah. And at one point they said, okay, let's actually put it in the bowling ball. It's actually like a cannonball, that might work. And then just Khalil pops out with a little teacup. You know? His fire hand at the cannon. I'm coming, traveling buddy. Oh man. VeggieTales was 100% quality, man. 100% quality. Then it kind of spiraled when they started doing the Netflix thing, and then it kind of disappeared entirely for a while. Then it came back just to be shoved on a like Christian streaming service that nobody fucking has, which caused it to fail, resulted in Universal firing the majority of the OG Big Idea staff, and now we have generic, I'm Larry the Cucumber too. It's generic kids material now. It's sad. Pathetic. Mr. Blunt sounds like the fucking Waluigi parody from like, Bohemian Rhapsody. I freaking made a joke about that on Twitter, and someone posted like, "Oh shit, you're right." It sounds exactly like him. It might be the same dude. Oh my god. It's probably not. Yep. Just waiting on eggs. I need more material to entertain the audience. I'm losing them. Nobody wants to watch us standing in front of a basket for half an hour. I must keep the audience entertained somehow. I guess this could work. How many of you played like backyard baseball when you were kids? Like humongous entertainment stuff. I found my old copy of Backyard Baseball 2001, and yes, there are two people watching. Give us a show. I'm really looking at tangents. I can't do very many visual bits, especially not live. You kidding me? You didn't? Honestly, I'm really glad I grew up when I did. Because when I grew up, like, edutainment on PCs were becoming a real big thing. And, we had a lot of humongous entertainment stuff at our house. And by a lot, I mean, like, 3 things. One of which being the Blue's Clues thing, because I liked it as a kid. Now it's just kind of devolved, and it hasn't been the same since Steve left back in the OG series and went off to college, and that was a neat Twitter video. They brought him back, so like, hey, it's been so long. How you been doing? Like, eh. They didn't have to do that. That was nice. That was really nice of them. Feed into my nostalgia, please. Don't do it too much though. Like Sonic's gone overboard with it. Like do little bits, like just enough. I know I just been me looking through like rose tinted glasses or whatever, but like, is it just me? Was entertainment back in like the 2000s and such for like about like 10 years, like 2000, like 2010? Does entertainment from back then just seem better than nowadays to anybody else? Like, I hate to be that guy talking like a fucking boomer, like, back in my day, we had it so different, these tracks and they're good. We didn't need all that newfangled color stuff to keep ourselves entertained. It was like looking through an animated newspaper. I swear, like, I look back on all these things I watched back in like the 2000s, and a lot of them are fantastic. I watch a lot of news from nowadays, and like some of it's pretty good. But then there are a lot of misses. Like, Disney pretty much fucking collapsed. Like, Disney and Pixar, they were making banger after banger. Like, a very minor slip every once in a while. Like, for every Cars 2, there was like a dozen really fucking good movies. You know? Nowadays, it's just kind of shaky. It's like, some of them are pretty good. Fans like it. Some of them are kind of awful. And nobody really cares. It was also back in the age before Disney's live-action remake started becoming this, like, sole thing the main company fucking did. God! Here's the thing. I've only watched the live action Beauty and the Beast. I spent most of my time making fun of it. I knew for a fact it was worse. I've only ever seen the live action one. The live action one is just... And it seems they've only gotten worse. It's only gotten worse from there. And then, if you don't like her, if any sort of criticism, they try to pin you as a racist or something. It's stupid. That's what happened with the Little Mermaid discourse. Like, the art direction in that the live action remake is awful. It's extremely dark. You can't fucking see anything. The sea creatures look terrifying. And apparently they changed Sebastian to a type of crab that can't survive in water, so he would just drown. Oops! It's almost like I didn't care. It's almost like it's a cheap cash grab. No, because Ariel's played by a black actress now. That's the only reason why you hate it, because you're a racist, not because there's anything actually wrong with the film. It's not like it's been a trend of this exact same type of shit happening for the last... I don't know how long have they been doing this type of shit. These live-action remakes, like, people were fine with them at first. And some of them at least tried to do these a little bit differently. Like, Maleficent was a Sleeping Beauty remake. But it was told from the point of view of Maleficent. And then it had a sequel, I think. Right? At least try to do something different. Most of these live-action remakes are just the same movie, but they look worse. They look worse. The script's worse. The songs are worse. The acting's worse. It's a complete downgrade. Apparently it hasn't always been like Disney used to do, like, remakes and like such back in the day, and they were pretty good, or at least memorable. They weren't like universally hated. Maybe look back upon as a little bit cringe, but like nothing like really abysmal. I think I watched a live action 101 Dalmatians at one point when I was a kid, and that was actually pretty fun. Again, it did something a little different. It focused a bit more on the human characters. I don't think the dogs talked in that version. Let's make it seem more like, you know, real. So, and then it also got a couple of sequels, didn't it? So, that's the main difference, I feel, between like a good remake and a bad remake. Instead of doing everything exactly the same, if not making it worse. They do things that, like, it's the same general idea, but they change it up a little bit. You know? Either improve upon it, or just take it a different direction and make it its own kind of unique thing. You know? Most of these live-action Disney remakes we've had recently just don't do that. They just do the same thing, but they make it look worse, sound worse, and written worse, and that sort of stuff, and they use their fucking like politics as a crutch, saying you're a bad person if you don't like this. It's not because the movie's bad, it's because you're a bigot. Fucking ugh. So dumb. Here's a question for everyone out there. Are any of these like modern Disney remakes any good? I know the last few we've had have been just utter turds. So I don't know. Favorite Pika? No? Yeah, I figured. Again, some of them at least have they did try to do something different with them, kind of Maleficent. That's not the one example I can think of. Because otherwise they like change things for the sake of changing things and it makes everything worse. Or it's the exact same movie but done a lot more poorly. Hello. Anyway, favorite Pika clone? Huh. I don't think I ever answered it on the favorite Pokemon thing, did I? I did the main like favorite thing. I chose a couple of other things at the bottom. Just kind of left it at that, huh? Well, I don't remember off the top of my head, and I've never personally used one, but I do like Pachirisu's design. So I'm going with that one right now. How are you? I'm doing fine. I'm just getting some eggs while also ranting about the Disney live-action remakes being complete garbage. Just wishing for the good old days where there was originality and beauty and entertainment. And not just politics and darkness and retreads and garbage. Ugh. Come on. But things were definitely better. It was definitely better when I was a kid. It's not the same anymore. Here's the Mulga. Good choice. I mean, a Mulga's electric flying, right? So it's an electric type but doesn't have the ground weakness. Which is kind of scary. It still has weakness like little flying stuff like rock and everything, but like you can't. It's an electric you can't just get rid of with ground. You may not be prepared for it. It's kind of neat. But yeah, I just wish our team was better. I may have been calling out Disney, but it feels like a whole bunch of studios was kind of degrading. Also, I cannot get enough of Dio just boing, 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 boing. That makes me happy though. It's kind of weird with well, like live action remakes and sequels and all that sort of thing. Like, there are movies I do want sequels to. But I know for a fact that I cannot trust them to be good anymore. Like, like, 10 years ago, like, I could ask for, like, a sequel to Ratatouille or Wall-E and assume it was gonna be at least pretty dang good. Maybe not as good as the original. Most sequels aren't. But still pretty dang good. Nowadays, I'm scared they'll ruin it. Soiled it! Soiled it! Soiled it! See, it's more political, so creative now. Maybe. But even then, it feels like the stuff, like, when I was a kid, and even before then, aged a lot better than the stuff that's just come out. Like, a lot of stuff that's coming out recently, it's already come out spoiled milk. Which is just kind of sad. Get nostalgia and whatnot, but like, no. the live action remakes are bad. I know people are gonna say it. Yes, politics have been in creative media for a while, because people write what they know and try to incorporate that sort of stuff in there. But here's the thing. It was a bit more subtle and nuanced back in the day. It wasn't outright in your face most of the time. And second, if it wasn't used as a fucking crutch to save your film in massive fucking quotes. So freaking dumb. Like, yeah, our movie's garbage, but if you don't like it, that means you're a bigot because the main lead's a woman. Dude, the problem with the film is not the fact that it's led by a woman. The problem with the film is that it's written like garbage. It looks like garbage. The pacing could use a little bit of work, and there's like no effort here. Maybe that's why people complain about things not being like political. I wish people go back to things when they were political. Like, they were political before. It's just that they had actual talent and they put actual effort and not just shoving it in your face to stick for a crutch, you know. So, yeah. Shut up, phone. Whatever happened to nuance? Oh well. Always the curse is more so now. It's more obvious. At least there was some effort made to make it feel more natural than this older stuff. Now it's just like blatantly in your face, and if you don't like it, it's because of the politics directly and no other reason, not because of any like writing issues or like visual effect problems. No, it's because politics. It's so dumb. It's so freaking upsetting to me. I'm not saying I can do any better. I can't write anything like that to save my fucking life, but God, I know there's something wrong here. Is it more often nowadays, now that Twitter's a fucking thing? It's mainly appeals to a Twitter crowd. Like, we have the politics you enjoy on Twitter, and if they don't like it, that means that they're bigots, and we don't actually have to try with our movie. We can just have freaking controversy and just shame anyone who doesn't like our movie with that. You don't actually have to put any effort into actually making the movie good. So sad. Maybe people wouldn't hate your movie so much if it was actually good and original. Or even if it is a fucking remake, you at least have some fucking respect. It's just rough, man. It's just fucking rough. I did not put the actual eggs in. I'm a... Ah! That's what I was thinking, like, maybe it has something to do with nostalgia. Oh, for God's sake, it's happened again! I thought I was far enough out. God. Whatever. Like, I know it's part of it, but also things just kind of written better, honestly, back in the day. I'm gonna put, where do I put Ditto? Here. I'll reset anyway. I doubt I'm gonna get the shiny now. I wonder if part of it might just be because things have become a lot more corporate nowadays. Like, it feels like a heart and soul of a lot of projects are just kind of dead. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me anymore. It's weird. And I can still be aware if any of the stuff I watched when I was a kid was absolute garbage. I grew up in a Christian household, for Pete's sake. Most Christian entertainment is just complete trash. Because they focus more on preaching a message than actually, you know, entertaining or, like, making a good story. It's just preaching. Like, very few Christian things are actually good because of that. And I used to like some of the stuff when I was a kid, but now it's aged. It's not good. As a kid, we just gotta watch everything. So, I know if something I watched just wasn't good. And a lot of stuff I watched that wasn't, like Christian children stuff. Like, yeah. Honestly, I'm probably wrong in this. Like, the two things... We're gonna move away from, like, any conversation about, like, politics or anything. Just talk about shit I watched when I was a kid. There we go. Make it a lot better. No more controversy. Everything's fine now. Like, two series of stuff I watched when I was a kid that are strictly Christian things that I think are quality. To be fair, I don't think I've branched out too much. And a lot of stuff was just because Mom's a Christian, she freaking gets all this stuff for me back in the day, and Mom really has no eye for quality. Look, I'm sorry, Mom, but you don't quite get it, do you? I don't think she doesn't. She just doesn't. I mean, she thinks Hallmark movies are the pinnacle of all entertainment. Like, you can never get any better than that. No. If you want like copy and paste soulless corporate garbage, Hallmark. It's all copy and pasting. You wonder how they make like 150 movies a year? It's all the same movie. But anyway, only like a couple of Christian series I watched were actually any good. Like, Big Idea was pretty good, so VeggieTales and 3-2-1 Penguins were freaking amazing. And then outside of that, like, Superbook. And even then, some of that was just more appreciation after growing up. And looking back on it, that's like getting up my old TVs and watching it again. You know? It's weird. Superbook is kind of funny. Because, like, for the longest time, I had, like, no idea what my first anime was. Like, I thought my first anime was actually Sailor Moon, because, oh, I watched the Social Critic, he talked about Sailor Moon, what is this thing? This seems like it's a fucking crazy thing. And then, years later, I find out that Sonic X and Kirby Right Back At You were anime. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then sometime after that, I find out this fucking Christian cartoon about kids being sent back in time to Bible times thanks to a freaking talking Bible. That was also an anime. It's like, what? I wish I was kidding. And then that anime, like a couple decades later, like 2 or 3 decades later, got remade like a CG thing. It's still going today. What? And honestly, yeah, it definitely is aimed more for like kids, but it's good. It's really good. So, well, I gotta look at chat again. It's been a bit. This is press because I've been animation anyway. You know, it's kind of interesting you bring up independent media. Like, people just create their own things, nothing to worry about anything. Like, big companies say, no corporate mandates or anything. Must be nice. I can't really say I've created anything like that. I can't create anything in fucking general. I also have no idea how many I'm at right now. I'm just gonna say 175 right now and move on. Probably goes like 179 probably. We'll go with that. No, 178. We'll go with that. And now it's 179. I lost track so easily because I was not pressing the fucking hotkey. I was just kind of forgetting to. I autopiloted. I don't normally do like this fucking like press the hotkey to increase the number. I just do it, you know. I just had shakes. Oh well. But yeah, Superbook. At one point, I was thinking of doing a video essay type thing, talking about stuff I watched when I was a kid. Because this thing, this poor laptop, is not very good at handling video editing. Because not very powerful nowadays in comparison to like what like modern day techies. Like guess it's like 7 years old. It's bleh. I don't think it's gonna last much longer. But it also doesn't really have much storage space either, so I can't just stockpile a bunch of like videos and like edit slowly either. It's freaking sad, man. But I wanted to do a video essay about stuff I watched as a kid. Like maybe I talk about Superbook, maybe I talk about Kirby Right Back At Ya, or maybe I talk about this fucking weird ass thing called Hoop Dogs, which is a very short-lived Christian series made by the same people who made Doug. What? I wish I were joking. It's real. I could show you an image of it. Actually, hang on. Give me a quick second. I have an idea for a movie and sequel. We're here. Go right ahead. I gotta search up the thing I want to show you guys anyway. Because I want to show you guys. Let's hope that ship doesn't fucking die. Give me a quick second. My laptop is mad right now. Because it has the freaking capture card and it's trying to open fucking Microsoft Edge. It's not happy. It's not happy right now. What a good image here. What's it feeling? In your garbage. That's the one problem I have with Edge. It defaults to big. It's Microsoft. Hang on. It fucking shuffles in like freaking shopping stuff with your image results. It's sad. Copy image link. Close Edge so the laptop doesn't get mad. Then add a browser. And then post the link to the image. I don't remember what the fucking aspect ratio is. I wish it would just default to it. Go. This is something I watched when I was a kid. It's not good, but it's like one of those guilty pleasure type things. It's just so fucking weird. And again, same people who made Doug. Can't you tell by the art style? Even with it being all CG, it's still done by the same people who made freaking Doug. Oh well. I'm getting distracted again. I gotta hatch more eggs. So saw a movie. 2 guys in a white room with a monitor. It speaks to them and says they've been picked for his experiment because his daughter likes them, and they go through a bunch of daily challenges. So challenge their intellect in order to see who's worthy of marrying his daughter. If they refuse, he'll kill them both. Whoa, again. Whoa! that little like that visual effect's not supposed to be on that long. She's like, Rowlet. Oh, that's a very special little guy. It would have been really funny if that was the shiny though. If that was the shiny Rowlet, that would have been so funny. That would have been so good. Absolute perfect timing, man. One guy is very awkward and shy and cares more about sports and being sort of accepted than being smart. He's a very high IQ, while the other guy is a lot more confident and a little rude. Take all of my shiny luck. Yes, thank you. Do which as hardest for the smart as possibly can. I'll admit, I don't really watch many like horror films. I'm kind of a coward, honestly. To be fair, part of that might be because I had to play it really safe with entertainment back in the day. Like, it was all like watered down for the most part. So anything that was even like mildly scary, you could just like. I felt a little bit of like. I don't know if braver is the right word or not, but like I can handle a little bit, but horror is not really the thing that interests me too much. Like Scooby-Doo was kind of the limit when I was a kid. When Mom found out that, oh my gosh, Scooby-Doo has ghosts in it, it kind of just stopped being in the house. That's such how a lot of entertainment freaking passed by me as a kid. Mom was very restrictive. Hell, she has no idea I'm playing this. If she found out I was playing Pokemon, she'd probably kill me. She's that type of person where, like, she'll get on a bandwagon of parents being concerned over a thing. Way after the like bandwagon's like crashed and it's just not a thing anymore. And she'll just sit there and never leave. Like, nothing will ever convince her that Pokemon is not demonic. She jumped on after that whole bandwagon started to die out. So we're talking like Gen 3, maybe, roughly, so she found out. As a result, never grew up with Pokemon outside of emulating it. That's why I had a freaking emulated file of Sapphire. So, eh. So, I don't know. Everything had to be fucking filtered. And she was a fucking hypocrite. Like, magic is a bad thing, it's witchcraft, so no Harry Potter, it's bad. But you can have all the fairy tale stuff like Shrek and Disney, all that you want. Yay! What the fuck? Come on. Ended up being the finish line, that sentence did not being real, walks away his daughter. That continued with stress that they go along with, and their father was fortunate to go along with, and she's flipping evil and says to marry both of them. It's because she's smart and both of them combined will kill them if they say no. What the fuck? Okay. Was not expecting that. Yeah, I don't know if that's the type of movie I would watch. To be honest, most of the time nowadays, I don't really watch movies. Like, I watch a lot of like long form content on YouTube, but like, I don't really go to the theater much anymore. And that's just kind of it. Like, last time I went to the theater was for the last two Sonic movies. I went and watched them in theaters. Before then, it was a fucking, what was it? It was like a music therapy field trip thing we did, and it was either Angry Birds or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, so I was just kind of screwed out of the way. I watched the Turtles. It was not good. My friend Logan ended up falling asleep in the front fucking row of that movie, only waking up when Michael Bay decided to interrupt another one of his famous explosions. Okay. It's kind of cool that you actually came up with a sequel concept, though. Like, usually when people come with concepts, it's like a one and done sort of thing. They don't really go for, like, sequel. I think that's just because if it's not successful, it's not gonna be a sequel anyway. Oh man, I do admire the fact you're thinking ahead. I do admire that. Honestly, I see myself as a bit of an idea guy. I just don't have the way of executing it at all. Like, I have so many ideas for like video game stuff, but I have no skills whatsoever. I'm the idea guy and nothing else. It freaking sucks, dude. Trying to complete the Pokédex, but Pelifan I can't get. That's the one that evolves when you're in multiplayer, right? How about this? After I hatch this batch of eggs, if there's a way we could connect up, we could quickly evolve it for you. So... really used to being accountable to the government or intelligence. Does it work to stay smart? They want life. Just want Again, I'm not sure the type of movie I would watch personally, but again, I do like the fact you thought ahead for like a full-on sequel. It is nice. Like, I never really watched anything like Saw, so I didn't really... I mean, part of it was because of the violent nature of Saw, really. But also, just... I guess kind of cool. I hear the early ones are better than the later ones, because the later ones just kind of got forced, but... You know. I mean... I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but I'm not sure if I'm really the type of person to really ask about sort of thing, because I have, like... I'm not very good with the standards of entertainment. I'm not really good at that. Because a lot of stuff I think is good, a lot of people just don't like. I think I just have a lot of fucking guilty pleasures. That's my problem. It's kind of weird, actually. Like, there's some popular things I do enjoy, but a lot of times if something really takes off, like online and such, I just don't care, and eventually it's annoying me because people constantly fucking share it, and I just do not give a shit. Like, I think Superheroes is kind of cool. I do like Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man 2 on DVD. He's a good movie, but I don't know. When people wouldn't friggin' shut up during the Infinity War stuff, I just kind of got tired of it. Just like, cool, yeah. You tell me you think it's a good idea anyway. I'm not really sure how to answer that. Because not a type of movie I'd be interested in, but I could see people liking it. I guess it's kind of true with almost anything, really. Like, it's why some people would enjoy things, you know? It's just not my cup of tea. I don't want to freaking, like, deny it, because I wouldn't watch it, you know? Especially when, like, I have no idea how the hell to make a good horror movie. Or a good horror anything. I don't watch horror. So, like, I don't know. I'm not so good with the quality control, especially with genres I'm not very experienced with. Again, very much a coward. Especially when I was younger. I was not one of those brave kids. If anything remotely scary, I will hide in the other room. Oh well. Well, see, a lot of entertainment I had was just kind of watered down. Let's be honest here. Oh, that's Discord. I think one just went live. It's a shame I have to miss it because I'm streaming. It sucks! It sucks! I wanted to watch Wanye stream, but it's like, nope, can't do that. He decided to take off yesterday. Now he's streaming on your stream day, and you overlap. And now I'm just kind of sad. Well, good thing I run his VOD account, so I can just download the VOD and watch it later. There's that at least. I just would have preferred if I watched him play Professor Layton live, you know? You know, it's kind of weird. When it comes to, like, streams, if it's, like, a larger streamer... I want to make sure I change eggs. I'm not that type of... Probably. I don't know. Like... I think feminists will find any excuse to get mad. Especially if you're thinking of, like, the Twitter feminists. If you're even thinking about that at all, maybe you should shift your priorities. Just saying. Like, who gives a fuck what they think? They're just trying to find some reason to be angry. Actually, that's not even just feminists. That's just Twitter in general. Fuck Twitter. I still use it because, like, Pikmin community, mobile content creators, that sort of thing. Just like, again, like I mentioned before, do not go into For You. I don't care if Elon Musk is making it that way. For You is like for all of the, like, Twitter blue posts, you know? Like, I don't care. It's still gonna be garbage. It's toxic as hell in For You. I stay out of that. I follow the accounts I want to follow, and then I just stayed following. I filter out. The courage that does God scare you. I have, like, next to no experience with courage. As crazy as that sounds. I think I've only ever seen one episode in full, and it was Return the Slab. Return the Slab. And it did not scare me in the slightest. It was an episode that was, like, stapled on as, like, a bonus thing at the end of one of the Scooby-Doo VHSs I had. I think it was for, like, Alien Invaders. That was a thing. This is the one episode of Courage I've watched it in full. I do know, a friend of mine did actually leave the TV on, like, overnight on Cartoon Network. He fell asleep, and when he woke up in the middle of the night to the fucking scene from Courage, where it's like the weird dude with a little antenna that kind of looks like a blue sea man in a way. If you know what I mean by that. And he straight up got traumatized from it, because he wakes up at like 3 in the morning, and that's just on his screen, and it's like, what the fuck? The Slab was the one that scared you? That's the only one I've actually watched in full. It did not faze me at all. Which is really weird. Again, I say I'm a coward of sorts, but, like, I don't know. It didn't bug me at all. It's weird. You wanna know what did scare me as a kid? I had, like, a small series of, like, baby sensory VHS. It's called Baby Einsteins. And one of them starts off with a bunch of marching chicken puppets. And that shit gave me nightmares, man! That should tell you how much of a coward I am! Chickens fucking scared me! I laugh about it, but it's true that those chickens did give me nightmares as a kid. But then I freaking like watched it again, and yeah, chicken puppets. There's a chicken puppets in like a black background. Go, buck, 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 buck. But they fucking scared me as a kid. So in my dreams, they always moved a lot faster than they did in the actual video. But they actually kind of scared me as a kid. But then I watched it again, like mom copied over as many of the tapes she could onto like homemade DVDs, so that way she could sell off the VHSs and we could still have the stuff on DVD at some point. And I popped one of those DVDs and I see the very same sensory video I watched that gave me nightmares. And like, I watch it and I'm like, I was fucking scared of this? It's just chicken puppets. Why the fuck did they give me nightmares? Oh, it's probably CJ in the 2D background. Turn the slab. Scared you? Still looking at me? I mean, that's just like CG, like TV in general. Like, CG cost a lot, and it wasn't very advanced back then, so a lot of CG just kind of looked uncanny. I guess I was just kind of used to it by that point. I don't know. I've watched my fair share of like CG things that sometimes do end up being a little bit uncanny, you know? So maybe I'm just more used to it. I'm sure there would be some episodes of Curse that would have made me shit my pants, but like... Return the slap. It's the one episode I fucking watched! I've heard fantastic. I've heard like really great things about fucking Courage. So like, I gotta watch the show, man. I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it, man. I've seen a few like memes of it too, like the freaking mac and cheese scene. That's great. I mean, how can you make a joke about that sort of thing? Honestly, like I'm being totally serious here. Like, they would just like explode, and that in itself could be kind of funny. Because let's face it, some of the infamous clips of feminists losing their mind, it's funny, you know. Maybe overused in terms of memes nowadays, but there's still people like that who act like that on like TikTok and Twitter, you know. So honestly, that in itself would just be kind of entertaining and funny. Poke the beast, poke the beast. But yeah, in all seriousness, they get mad about basically fucking everything. Like, I swear, people... It's mainly, like, on Twitter, honestly. People on Twitter are just constantly bitter about everything. Oh, man, I did contribute a little bit. Just a lot of people don't. But then, nowadays I don't do it as much. I was bitter about, like, one thing in the past, like, couple of years, and that's just me being like, fucking Sonic Forces, man. Yeah, of course I do. Honestly, it's nice to have any sort of company, honestly. When doing this, it's repetitive. That's the one thing about shiny hunting that kind of gets to you. Shiny hunting, as a whole, is slow and repetitive, and it gets kind of tiresome. So it's nice to have someone to talk to, like something going on in the background. So that way you're not losing your mind just driving in circles like this, hatching eggs. I don't see you as annoying. Like, I know what annoying is. I know because I am annoying. So, if it's one thing I do know, it's what annoying looks like. And I don't think you're annoying. Andy, welcome back. we were just talking about Courage the Cowardly Dog. And, how Twitter is a toxic hellhole. Yeah, it's a little bit. To be fair, part of it might just be because my sinuses are kind of garbage at the moment. The weather here has been kind of all over the place as of late. Like, despite the fact that spring just started, the weather's been kind of going up and down like fucking nuts. It's not been great. So my sinuses aren't exactly taking it well. Just having one of those moments of, drainage, I guess. I wouldn't say it's like a constant thing, though. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. I just hate the sound of my voice normally anyway. To be fair, I know exactly why I hate my voice. It stems back to when I was a little kid back in the 3rd grade. So, back at my old school, back in, like, elementary and such, there would always be, like, these, school plays that everyone was kind of forced to be in. 2nd grade, for Christmas, I was an elf. I was elf number 2. I had one line, and I said it, and then after the show was done, I had to go home sick immediately, because I felt like I was going to puke, and I ran a fever. Then the following year, for the next Christmas, for some unknown reason that I still don't understand, they fucking gave me a solo. I hated the idea of having a solo because A, I wasn't much of a singer. B, I was starting to get incredibly shy because I've been getting bullied for years at that point, so like I'm already feeling like I'm being judged fucking constantly. So I'm starting to like lose all my like extrovertness. I'm starting to become more and more of an introvert as I grow up. And then the nail in the coffin. After fucking being terrified at rehearsal, it was just the principal, superintendent, and a couple of random teachers running away crying. The big show comes around, and oh boy. Perform a solo, typical, like, 3rd grade kid fare. It's, you know, high-pitched, yeah. And of course, because it's a school thing, they record the entire thing and put it all on DVDs to sell after the show. Like, sure. Mom buys one and proceeds to show it to all of her friends, many of which I had to sit right there and watch. So I heard my voice and how awful it fucking sounded because I was not a good singer. And they gave me a solo anyway. I fucking hated it. Here's the worst part. Mom tried to embarrass me every single fucking time because in my nervousness from the solo, I wore my pants backwards, and she would not let that fact go down. If they didn't notice it, she would make sure they fucking noticed. So I was already embarrassed with my voice, and now Mom's fucking trying like, hey, how come my son wearing his pants backwards? Isn't that funny? Like, it's already embarrassing enough, Mom. And ever since that, I just became super self-conscious about my voice. Because I just kind of think of back then, and I hate my voice. And as I've grown up, it's only gotten worse. But instead of high-pitched child, it's now whatever the fuck this is. I hate the sound of my own voice. And it's thanks to the school and my mother. So, hooray for childhood! Yay! Yeah. Anything important? I didn't want important parts. But I was fine with those too. I wasn't much of like an actor type. I kind of wanted to stand back. Why did the fuck they give me a solo though? Of all the people, why me? They couldn't have given it to one of the girls who actually had an interest in singing. And for like a 3rd grader, had a really beautiful voice. And instead of this whiny little shit who just isn't good at singing? Why did they pick me? I mean, they had like band and choir, floating bag. It's the ghost bag. But there were other people who were more qualified to have a solo than me. Even in my same age group. Why the fuck did I get the solo? It's not like you auditioned for it either. I didn't fucking audition for it. They just randomly give you parts. Like they load the intercom, like morning announcements, like, we are now here to announce the parts that everyone will get during the Christmas play this winter. And then they list off all the roles, and they list off who gets the solos and the songs. It's they don't do auditions or anything. It's just like, they force you into it. I wish it was worth like extra credit, but it wasn't. It was just a thing that people had to do. We just kind of forced them away. We couldn't even opt out or anything. Like, it wasn't like an opt-in, opt-out sort of thing. It was like, you get assigned to do it, and you're doing it regardless. Who cares if you have the talent or not? You're just in it. Like, usually, like, in like TV shows, when they pick the big school play, they have, like, auditions and shit, right? Our school didn't do that! I fucking wish they did, then I wouldn't have had the solo, and maybe I wouldn't be so self-conscious about my damn voice. Thanks! Honestly, it's not really because that's kind of how it spiraled, and I kind of had my voice back then, and then as I grow up, I listen to my voice as it changes, and with the puberty and all that. I still don't like it. It sounds like, ugh, I don't like my voice. It's less embarrassment now and more like, how can people stand me? I sound awful. Like, I think I sound fine with the voice I hear in my head. Because your voice sounds a little bit different to you than it does to everybody else because of how, like, the voice kind of resonates in your head or something. I think that's how it works. If it was the same voice that I hear when I talk, I'd be like a bit more fine with it. Those in back is like this, like to me. It's like a lot lower and such and more awkward. Like, I don't like it. Thanks a lot. So now I'm self-conscious, but now I hate my own voice as a result of that self-consciousness. Less of embarrassment and more of just distaste. I don't even sing anymore, A, because of the embarrassment, and B, I am not qualified to fucking sing. If I sing, it is for, like, comedic value, and I will purposely fuck up. Because it's funny. If you want to listen to someone who actually has a really good singing voice, go listen to Wanye. He's a freaking indie musician. Come on, man. He's got a good voice. I don't. Oh, man. I need a cue card because I was too told to be an elf. I mean, honestly, I wish I had the cue cards. Actually, here's the funny thing. We didn't have cue cards. We didn't have cue cards. They gave us a script. We would do multiple rehearsals, and memorize the dang things, and most of the time it would be like a couple lines for like the side cast, and like that'd be about it. I don't think we had cue cards. I think we legitimately had to memorize scripts. Of course, it wasn't like super complex, amazing stuff here. We're talking fucking elementary school kids here. It's simple and basic. It's not that hard to remember. But like, no cue cards. Ever. We never did that. I will say, however, there was one year, like every year they also did a talent show thing. One year they actually let me work all the music backstage. So that was pretty cool. They realized I was really good with technology. I kind of worked a bit as I was like an IT volunteer kind of in a way. Because like anytime a teacher would have a problem with technology, I would be the one they would ask in order to fix it. Because a lot of people working at the school were like, at least in their 40s, if not older. So technology was still kind of rough for them. And I just took an immediate liking to technology. I was kind of like the expert, really, in a way. It kind of makes it sound like I'm bragging here, but I actually did help a lot of the teachers with their computers and such. Because they would have problems figuring out how to work with Word, or sometimes their internet would be a bit slow or something. I would fix it for them. So I guess they realized, hey, this kid's good at technology. We can have him run all the music stuff for the talent show. They let me do it for 1 year. Seemed to go well. And they never had asked me to do it again. Probably because they didn't want me doing it every single fucking year. But it was a pretty cool experience, being effectively the DJ for a bit. That was kind of fun. I gotta sort through all the eggs in here. But yeah, they finally gave me something to do that I actually had some sort of interest in to an extent. Something with technology. That was great! You did it! You found something for me! And you let them do it once, and then you never ask me about it again. Great. Also, the talent show did actually bug me at one point, and I was like the only person bugged by it. Because this was back when Gangnam Style was super popular online. Like, this is back in the days where you'd shake your Wii remote with the YouTube app open, and it would just load Gangnam Style. Like, it was that big. It was that age of YouTube. And there are some kindergartners doing hula hooping as their talent. And they chose Gangnam Style as their song. And if you remember the lyrics of Gangnam Style after all these years, you understand why I was a little bit concerned. But I was the only one being like, isn't this a bad song to play during this type of thing? And everyone was like, shut up, you know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah. I think that may have been the last one they had before I was done with the school, because that school, like, kindergarten, I went to a Lutheran school for kindergarten, so it meant that it was like a typical kindergarten, but like, around lunchtime, we would sit through a mini church service and have to do like fucking choir bullshit. It was garbage, I hated it. Then from 1st to 8th grade, I moved over to like a more like usual school. So I had like special ed stuff because, can you blame me? Can you blame me? And then after that, I was homeschooled for about a year until around like midway through 10th grade, maybe like a year and a half, to where we reached an agreement between my mom and some of the people working at the high school, where it would be kind of a half and half sort of deal, where I would take like 2 or 3 classes at the actual main high school, and the rest of my courses would be done with homeschooling. Homeschooling was because mom was paranoid because, like, I don't have the same staff that I was grown accustomed to. I was terrible with change, and she figured like, oh, it's not gonna be great at high school. I don't trust them. Like, I hear they get kind of rough with some of the kids who do special ed there. Like, they don't do a good job with them. Like, yeah. But honestly, I was probably the luckiest special ed kid in that high school. Looking back on it, I experienced a little bit of it because my study hall was in the same area. But at my high school, they kind of treated kids with special needs as kind of like outcasts in a way. To where, it's gonna sound so bad, their entire school day, they were kind of stuck on the basement level, except for when they went to eat lunch. And all of their learning would be like separate from everybody else, and they would always have to go everywhere in groups. Like they were completely separate from everyone else. I was the one special ed kid that was actually allowed to have normal classes, which is baffling. Why did they do that to you guys? I think they were just kind of worried. Like at the old school I had back in most of elementary and junior high, special ed kids would be in the same class as everybody else. They might spend some classes being in the special ed classroom specifically, but a lot of times they would be in the normal classroom with everyone else, and sometimes they'd be watched over by the special ed teachers, right? Keep an eye on them, see what they're doing, track their progress and everything, you know? High school, no chance. I was lucky. I was able to go to normal classes, partly thanks to Mom, so thanks to her for that. But most special ed kids were not so lucky. They were often separated, kind of segregated from the rest of the class. Classes they took the same classes, but they always kind of were just in a room or two downstairs. Only time you ever saw them anywhere upstairs was again lunchtime. They'd have them in the cafeteria and then back downstairs with them. All the special needs, special ed kids were all down there. So yeah, it doesn't help, but a lot of them were also not very developed. So I'm lucky enough to be on the Asperger's syndrome, not severe autism, but enough to be at least a little bit of a hindrance after proper therapy and such. Many of them I don't even think could make full sentences half the time. It was rough for them. And instead of trying to find some way to, put them on equal footing, we're just trying to incorporate in the classroom somehow. With my nephew Benny. I don't even know if he's ever said a full sentence in his life outside of at home. He has more severe autism than I do. But they put him in the actual classrooms, and he communicates by writing everything in a notebook. And that works for him. It goes well. They could have just done something like that, at the very least. Yeah. We always call him little nephew Benny. because he's younger than me by a fair margin, and I have not seen him very much. So I always know him as the young Benny who would freaking sleep on the I slept on the couch once when I was visiting, and at 5 in the fucking morning, Benny wakes me up by sitting on me. I'm sleeping on the couch. He wakes me up and finds me by sitting on me. He can barely breathe. He just turns on Barner and loops 6 seconds of it. And I'm like, Benny, get off. He just doesn't listen. Yeah, let me get through the rest of these eggs. I had no idea I was done. I gotta keep trying that better. When I'm done with all of the eggs, we'll do it. I think that was the last bit, actually. Let's reset. While you get ready for the link up thing, I'm gonna sort out the box scenario here, the situation, because I've had it overfill fucking twice on me this stream. I don't want it to happen again. It sounds like your sister. Yeah. If that's how they want to look at it. But yeah, Benny was more extreme. I have not actually talked to most of my dad's side of the family in a while, because most of them live up pretty far north in comparison to where I live now, so I don't really get to contact them very often. Where do I put all this stuff? Hang on. Do I have an empty boxes? I do. There should be enough room. Yeah, I'll put stuff here. Save my game. But yeah, they were able to incorporate the actual classes by having him like communicating his own way. He had a freaking notebook to write down everything, like all of his answers, all his questions and everything. It would just be in a notebook, and they would just give it to the teacher every time they like raise his hand. They call his name. They just take the notebook from when he's done writing in it, and they look at it. So he's like integrated in actual classes. Anyway, wrong button. Press L. Okay, portal. Right to the internet. That. And we do Union Circle. Join a group. Yes. You're good. Friends of the Pokemon Center. If someone leaves, it's over. Bye. They didn't find a way to incorporate many of the special needs, special ed kids into like actual classes in high school, which is really depressing. You're not on online mode, Khalil. You need to be online or else it's going to be local only stuff. I wish I knew the answer to that question. Because I'm not exactly handsome or anything. Honestly, take off my glasses, I could make a fantastic Neanderthal. Yeah, I'm more used to being kind of ugly though. I'm kind of used to that. Mainly because a lot of parts of me just are kind of different. Like I have a misaligned tooth. Doesn't freaking hurt, but I have like an extra tooth that kind of like it pushed one of my canines about like half an inch back further than it's supposed to be, like in the roof of my mouth. Like everything's like slightly misaligned on the right side as a result. It doesn't hurt. It's just a bit annoying in order to clean because of its placement. And apparently, that's from my dad. Apparently, he had the same thing happen to him. So it's a genetic thing, I guess. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. Monkey Man! With a little face at the end. That's great. Love that. Also, I went out of my way to make sure I got a little picture of the shiny Paldean Wooper for that, because I really wanted that shiny. You would not believe how hard it was to get that picture. You would not believe how hard it was. Because every time I would go into the camera mode, while he was out of his Pokeball, he would like walk up to me and then just run around in circles around me, like, sit still and look at me, Wooper. I want to take your picture. He just ran around like a hyperactive puppy. I was like, dude. Anyway, I think now you just level up, and it should give you the Pokemon evolution at some point. It needs to be like level 30 something, right? Sure, there's something you cry about. I need to change your mind and stop caring about it. I'm not entirely sure to answer that one. I'm just kind of somewhat comfortable about this. Like, I want to like fix up the beard a little bit, maybe, but like, I'm just kind of used to it, honestly. But like, I'm not really sure how to help in that sort of scenario, though. Maybe it's one of those cases of positive thinking. I'm not entirely sure if that applies. I'm not a very good counselor, not really. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know why you're asking a random person on the internet about it. Like, I don't even know how to deal with that. Hey, you got it! There you go! think you'd rather handle. Alright, then. I don't see the problem then. Unless you're asking about someone else, which in that case. No, I'm even less qualified. It's beautiful, isn't it? Trying to get a lower view because you see a little heart there. This is the main difference. There's a little heart there and then transforms like a superhero when in battle. It's great, I love it. Because I know someone who does do that. Honestly, I did feel a little bit about it at first. I just kind of grew into it. Because honestly... What are you doing? Just spin. You know, we're gonna let our Pokemon run out, so there we go. The situation is one. The situation doesn't feel like doing anything. There you go. There you go. Now he's moving. Now he's moving. While we're connected, are there any other Pokemon you still need for your Pokedex, or is that it? So I do have some of the Scarlet exclusives on me, if you're still needing some of those. The only one I'm still missing is Koraidon. That's because I'm waiting on that on purpose. Because I want to get a full-out Shiny Quaxly before I complete my Pokedex. Because the Shiny Charmer just ruined that. And I want to do one full-odds egg hunt just to say I've done it. And, by the way, for anyone who is thinking about doing that, don't. If this, like, 1 in 683 is boring to you, 1 in 4,000 is going to be even worse. It's rough. Need Screamtail? I have a Screamtail on me. I got my boxes. I have, like, a whole box dedicated to, like, the Paradox Pokemon. So... In fact, do I have more than one of those? Screamtail. Do I have one? I do have more than one, actually. I do have a spare as well. Just put both of them in the same box so you can directly compare them. You... and you. One of them has a booster energy on it, which might come in handy. One's also a foreign one that I think I got during a surprise trade, which is kind of unfortunate because I can't breed these, so I can't get an easy shiny this way. So, unfortunately, it doesn't matter if it has an alternate language on it. It's a bit sad. Which one do you want? I'm actually gonna go in the Poké Portal and set up a trade room. Link trade. Begins to just work. I think it only works with people in the lobbies. The foreign language? Alright. Just start the link trade and you can get your Screamtail. I will admit that there is a kind of novelty to having like alternate language versions, because you also get the translated Pokedex entries, which is funny, because like as you get more from each specific like language, you actually get like that language Pokedex entry. Whoops. Do you like look at ugly faces? I'm not really sure to answer that question. Like if they're like super ugly to the point of memes, like maybe. But don't go out of my way, you know. Honestly, to an extent, I find it relatable. Again, take my glasses off, I look like a fucking Neanderthal. No joke. Anyway. Tito. Let me go ahead and check a summer in this thing, by the way. Ooh, it's a Japanese one, too. It's not my first Japanese one, but it's actually kind of neat. I do like the foreign language ones. Let's go. A little bit. Seems like a gore. Jesus! Well, that got a bit dark. Okay. Well then. You're welcome, Khalil. Enjoy the Scream Tail. In the meantime, I should get back to the Rowlet hunt. I think it's best if I just disconnect here. I have to go to Pocket Portal and then leave from here. Yeah. I was gonna ask you wanted in, but like once I hatch all the eggs, I'd have to leave regardless to reset, so like there's not really a point. Like, I gotta get back to where I was before. Actually, about like right here. I set my panel right here. The game was very nice and didn't warp me halfway across the damn map. It tends to do that. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying when it does. Actually, before we do the picnic thing, because I already spent some time looking at the boxes, I want to show off the shinies I already have. So, I have a full box labeled shiny, which we're going to go on to one. This was the first shiny I found in this game. I found it soon after leaving the cave bit at the beginning of the game. Hadn't reached the first town yet. Decided to go off the path just to look around, explore a bit. See ya, man. And I just find this, like, wait a minute, why is it pink? And I throw a Pokeball at it. I throw my Pokemon at it to do a battle with it, and it's burst. I'm like, what the? Full on shiny, like less than 2 hours into the game. Then, shiny Sunkern, full odds. I just did the first time. I'm on my way towards the school, and this is funny. I encounter Sunkern. I catch him with the Pokedex. I'm like, Sunkern shiny is not great. It looks next to no different. I'm never gonna be able to tell what the shiny looks like just by eyeballing it. I'll just check every single one. The very next Sunkern I encounter was a shiny. So there you go. This Psyduck, I got one trying to hunt for Magikarp in an outbreak. But the water was freaking laggy because it's Scarlet and Violet, so I saw the Psyduck, counted it as a win, and fucking left. I don't know! Like, I know the shiny odds are a bit better in this game because they still got the 1 in 4,000 odds from like Gen 6 and onwards. But I wasn't expecting it to be this good. And this Diglett, which I actually did try for with the outbreaks, worked really well. Same with this Rufflet. Same with this Varoom, which I went out of my way for when I saw an outbreak. Because my dad was a mechanic, and I thought of my dad when I saw Varoom. So I'm like, if I get the shiny one, it's gonna be like my dad. The golden color, great. This Ghastly, full odds. I finished the ice gym, which is like I think my last gym. I'm jumping down the mountain because I want to look for more items and such, catch a few remaining dex entries I'm missing at that point from like my version of the game. And I'm like, is that just the nighttime like shaders, or is that look a bit different? I encounter it, boom, shiny. I'm like, what? This is the Wooper that was my first Masuda hunt. This is what's in my profile picture on the game. Sneasel! Full odds. Just looking around on the mountains again. Just, I don't know what I was doing at the time. I was just looking around. Boom. Then we have Combi from an Outbreak. Can't evolve. Fido standing next to the Outbreak. Right next to the town I was doing it at, so I'm surprised I didn't lose it. Makes me hungry just looking at it. And a second Combi that I also cannot evolve. It's not a female. Full odds Stantler while trying to find all the dang pegs for the legendaries. Full odds Skiddo that I actively hunted at full odds to celebrate my first ever Pokemon I ever caught being in this game. The first Pokemon I ever caught was a Skiddo in my friend's copy of Pokemon X. He needed to go to the bathroom. He gave me his 3DS, said, don't leave the route. You can catch one Pokemon, and it happened to be a Skiddo. This shiny is just a little callback to that, I guess. And no, the one I caught in Pokemon X was not a shiny. That would have been funny, though. They have a Gyarados, I believe, was also full odds, because I was trying to hunt Veluza before I gave up because A, water, B, they constantly charge at you. I'm trying to take out the Veluza in the Outbreak. I turn around and boom, red Gyarados. What? They just came out of nowhere. Then we have Cubchoo, which is from an Outbreak. I think this is, is it Johto? Kryptonian Wooper? Again, Masuda. This one was full odds, again, looking for the legendaries, the peg stuff. Outbreak. Sandwich. I used the Mythica on this one. These next two, though. This one I named Communitavi. Because around Christmas, Terrible Tavi was doing this big trading thing, which I discovered him. Everyone was giving away Pokemon that were really special, including shinies. And I just happened to get into a room with someone giving away this. Same day, I get surprise traded this Oricorio, which doesn't seem to be hacked in. It seems legit. So someone was being really kind on Christmas and trading it out. Then we have this Go-Goat, which was also a Skiddo, that was traded to me by my friend Nathan because he knew how much Skiddo meant to me. He didn't know if I had the shiny Skiddo yet, so he traded me this one. And I proceeded to evolve it by using way too much experience gaining. Masuda hunted Score Bunny when the raids first happened for it. Full odds Dreepy when trying to do some EV training. Outbreak Slowpoke to celebrate the new year because Pokemon Go usually did a thing where Slowpoke would be like the feature Pokemon and would have like the glasses from like, the previous year. But they didn't do that this year, and I'm disappointed. Masquerain from an Outbreak. Fluttermane, which I caught. You can actually see, if I go into summary here, that's my trainer ID. How to do this? Well, it's because of a little quirk in this game where you can actually get, if you link up with someone who has the opposite game, you can actually get their spawns from their game. And despite the fact that you can't see each other in Area 0, they're still there. They still influence spawns. So while I was hunting for Fluttermane, the other person was hunting for Iron Valiant. I seem to have won. So I have a shiny Fluttermane. Shiny Froakie again. Eggs. Because of the raids going on. To finish the box, this Pichu. Terrible Tavi does this thing every Sunday. It's called Surprise Egg Sunday. Where people just get like a box full of eggs and just like trade them out to each other in the community. This was an egg I got from some random person. Hatched almost immediately because they took the time to actually do most of the steps for it before they traded it. So it hatched almost immediately, and it was a shiny! So now I have a shiny Pichu! That's just the box there. If we go ahead to where is my box of... Here we go. So, Vivian was kind of a surprise because this form is normally not available, but they made the normal like form for Paldea, which is fantastic. I proceeded to shiny hunt it and successfully get a shiny one when the postcard thing was introduced. And I also got like a normal modern one because modern is actually the pattern we get where I live in Pokemon Go. So I get modern. One of the most common ones there is. I'm not special. I was going to shiny hunt it, and I was going to get the other forms on the save, but then there was that whole thing where some people were getting locked out of their games and such because of the Vivian thing. I think they fixed it by now. I haven't heard any official word, but my friend Nathan told me they kind of disabled it for a bit. I think they hotfixed it, so it should work again. I just haven't built up the courage to do it. Even then, I'm focusing on getting the other shinies at the moment. I'm getting Quaxley, and I'm getting Rowlet. But that should be all the shinies I currently have in this game. A surprising number of them are full odds, by complete accident, just from me exploring and trying to find the dang pegs to free the legendaries. So that was kind of cool. But they're also playing freaking hunting for with sandwiches, so that was nice. There are a bunch of tadpoles doing a conga. How does that even work anyway? Like, normally when you do a conga, you like do a little shovel forward and then kind of kick out your leg, right? How do you do that when you're floating and have no limbs? Just a tail. How does that work? The thought makes me laugh, though. Last Pokemon is Phanpy. Are you saying like actual Phanpy, or are you thinking like Iron Treads and Great Tusk? Those guys, like the Paradox versions of Donphan. I'm only there thinking Great Tusk. If that's the last one you're needing, I actually do have a decent resource. Doing a conga line. I do have a little research I want to share with you, and I want to share with everyone on stream. Fill up Edge again, because that takes up less power than Chrome, but again, stream's not going to be happy. Images, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It defocused again. Stop it, Edge. Violet trade codes. So, I think there's a full thing on here. But Austin John plays. It has him as the credit for it, but it seems he wasn't the credit for it. It just sort of happened, and he was just kind of there. Copy image link, and then 872 by 675 browser. It's visible. The 872 by 675. These are all the trade codes. Basically, correspond to dex numbers via your regional dex. You have specific ones you want. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool as this. Easy way of getting foreign dittos, get all of your regionals, all of the starters. They're all here. Just look them up and you can use them. Just a fan piece? That's what you're missing? That's a weird thing to be missing on its own. But yeah, if you're ever if this goes for anybody at home who's missing anything in their Pokedex, Scarlet and Violet, and they want to get the other version exclusives or get more starters, there you go. Use these codes. Go into Link Trade, type in these codes, and then if you find someone who's trading in the same thing that they're giving, back out, try it again. So if you go into 0001004 with a Fuecoco, and someone else is trading on a Fuecoco, you guys will back out, try rematching again, until one of you matches up with a Sprigatito. And this keeps going, you know? It's a whole little community of sorts. I might put out some Dittos in there. I could trade out some of my version exclusives from Violet. This resource is actually a really big help. This was formed around the time the game came out, and I'm glad to think this is how I got most of my Pokedex entries I was missing from the other versions. And as a big plus, for most of these, like this side, like up here, like these Paras Pokemon don't count, but ending on up here and the starters, you can breed them for shinies. So once you have one, you can just get as many of them as you want at that point. So then you, with the other version you don't have, can still trade out like that to another player. So you could get a Scarlet exclusive from someone else, breed it, and then trade it to another Violet player, which is really cool. It's also really handy when you're doing living decks and getting this one fucking everything. It's really nice. Anyway, I'm getting distracted again. Let's get my box back in the proper position. Back in my one position. So like here. Save again. This nice view. We picnic. We get another sandwich going. And we do another round or two of Rowlet. So yeah, I love the Pokemon community so much because they come up with stuff like that in order to help people complete their Pokedexes. Because that's a lot easier to complete your Pokedex now than it was back in the day. Back in the day, you had to find someone with the other version, have a link cable, or like someone connecting to them. You couldn't do it over the internet or anything, to my knowledge, until like Gen 5. So that was when the global trade system was added. And that kind of just stuck around. But it used to be a lot harder back then. Now it's pretty simple for anyone to complete their Pokedex if they're willing to trade out. And that's actually really cool. I do like that. I'm also one of the people who don't mind the fact that exit, as some people call it, happened, where only some Pokemon can actually go in each game. Because your national dex is not in the game itself. Pokemon Home, your fucking phone, is your new national Pokedex. Which is kind of neat in my opinion. I don't mind it. Plus the one big hub for all of your Pokemon to be together and everything. And while I wish you could use all of your Pokemon from each game in every game, storage space, probably a big issue, especially with how they revamped all the models and animations for Gen 9 like this. Like, holy shit. they went and changed a whole lot for Gen 9. I'm honestly surprised they didn't do more for Gen 8. I think Gen 8 was more of them trying to figure out what the fuck is happening. But I don't mind it, honestly. Like, your national Pokedex is now on your fucking iPhone. Which is kind of cool. And in fact, you can actually get almost every Pokemon with the games that are available on Switch now. The only ones you can't, including the like data mining to figure out the Pokemon that will be added with the DLC stuff. It turns out you can only fail to get some of the starters. I think like the Snivy line, the Tepig line, as well as the Elemental Monkeys from Gen 5, and then like Furfrou, the fucking Poodle one. Fucking Poodle Pokemon from Gen 6. And that's it. You can get literally every other Pokemon that doesn't on Switch. And honestly, it's not hard to get the other Pokemon in Pokemon Go. I have every single Pokemon you can't get on Switch in Go. I've transferred a couple over, especially because this current event, the fucking Elemental Monkeys are everywhere. So, it's not exactly hard to get them right now. So, yeah, you can complete the National Pokedex entirely with just the games on Switch and a fucking iPhone. And I find that really cool. You still have to get a lot of games for it. Yeah. But it is kind of neat. As Pokemon Home's eventually used for other games and future consoles, it might get even easier to complete the National Pokedex, honestly. Especially with how many times they repeat Pokemon. So, that's kind of cool. I don't have every Pokemon I've ever caught registered in my home dex. So the stuff for the National Dex I've been referring to is just by going off of, like, checklist of what I have in here, what I have in Go, and what's currently in my home box. It's not the actual, like, National Pokedex count, it's in home. But counting everything I have in Go, and everything I have in Violet, I'm only missing, like, less than 100 Pokemon. And I gotta update that a little bit, because I hatched a Relicanth because of the Hoenn tour recently. So I got all of Gen 3 now. And I also got my hands on a Jangmo at long fucking last. It took so long to find one, but I have one and Go now. I'm so fucking happy. That's 2 more from the freaking National Dex I can knock off. So I'm missing like 96 now, I think. And that includes stuff like Mythicals. Those don't count towards National Dex completion in home. Like, they're still like Dex entries, but Mythicals, because they're so hard to get sometimes, and you can't trade them or anything, they don't really count. But I'm counting them anyway because I've caught a decent chunk of Mythicals. Again, thanks to Go. When I first joined Go, they effectively gave me a free Mew, Jirachi, and Celebi for fucking free. I was around when they gave out Shiny Celebi. That was a neat thing they did. So, yeah. I wish they didn't lock them behind paywalls now. Fucking Keldeo was a paywall thing, and now you can't even get it anymore, which is so dumb! But I can eventually get the Sword and Shield expansion pass and get it that way, so it's not like it's impossible to find them. They might re-release it in this game or another game down the line I'll get. I'm not too butthurt about it. I am going to have to get a few more Pokemon games to get the rest anyway. I know for a fact I'm getting Legends Arceus at some point. I don't know when, but I will. And I'll show my first playthrough of that. And I will, in that game, showing out Wurmple, to finally put the freaking bookend in the whole thing. Get a legitimate shiny Wurmple in a game. Like you say is mine, name it Sapphire, and everything's fucking fine. I've been looking for a shiny Wurmple for so long after finding one in Sapphire, which was an emulated copy and therefore is not a legit one by any means, which is a shame. But I haven't found one in Go yet, and the only games I think Wurmple is in are like BDSP and Legends Arceus. I think that's it. I don't think it's in any other games on Switch. So, ugh. And with the eShops being dead on 3DS and Wii U, I can't just get them up from older games or anything. I don't have them. So, there goes that. Can't do that. So, whap whap. So it's just Switch from here on out. That's for me anyway. People who actually grew up with Pokemon actually could play the damn games growing up have a bit more of an advantage with free Pokemon Bank and everything. Good for you! Good for you, your parents weren't stingy! Honestly, it was just my mom. Like, I openly told my dad about Pokemon Go, and he was like, yeah, it's fine. If you're enjoying it, and you get you to walk more, go right ahead. Mom, she finds out, I'm dead. I will never be allowed within, like, 30 feet of electronic ever again. I'm doing it anyway, because I'm 20 fucking 3. You can't control my life forever, Mom. When I inevitably get a job and get my own place and move away, you won't have any control over me in that case. And I'll be able to play all the Pokemon I want. Oh, man. So, yeah. National Dex, eh? I will admit that is kind of impressive. Just 2 games, one of which being fucking free. I've completed 90% of the goddamn Pokedex. I find it incredible. And that's over the course of like 4 years. Because I started playing Pokemon Go in mid-March of 2019. We're now in late March of 2023. So I've been playing legitimate Pokemon games for about 4 years. And I have 90% of the National Dex completed. Which, holy shit. Was not expecting that to ever be the case, yet here we are. Yay me. So there we go. And while we're waiting for more eggs, I'm gonna let up Pokemon Go again and see if there's any spawns around that are actually Ditto. I want to get a shiny Ditto at some point. Honestly, I should probably try to hunt for one in this game, but I have to use sandwiches for it because Ditto outbreaks are still fucking broken in this game. They don't work. They just fucking don't. It's not like there's a bunch of disguised Pokemon. There are a number of different ways. One of the most common and easy ways to do it. Also, this game's really fucking easy for shiny hunting. This game is like a shiny hunter's paradise. So, would you prefer to do an egg hunt like I'm doing, or do you want to find like wild encounters or like outbreak stuff, or what? Because every game has like 4 or 5 different ways you can get shinies now. So your options are very open in how you want to get your shinies. Outbreak? Alright, so what outbreaks do you currently have in your game? Are there any in particular you want? Ooh, I just have to Pichu in Go from 2K. That's nice. It's not shiny though, so it's automatically worse than the fucking first egg thing from Triple Tabby's community. That was fun. Tadbulb. So what you want to do is you want to knock out, I think the number is 50-ish. You'll start getting notifications around like 25 or 30, but like the number's trying to go down. After the second message that pops up, you're good. You'll then be working with effectively Masuda odds at that point, I believe. Then just run back and forth or constantly enter and exit picnics to reload all the spawns and just keep your eyes out until you find a shiny one. Don't kill too many, because after you kill a bunch of them, the outbreak just kind of stops, and then you lose your chance. So don't kill too many. Just wait for like the second pop-up being like, the population from the outbreak is definitely starting to go down. Like a second message should be enough in order to get you the pursuit odds. If you want, you could also make a sandwich with Herba Mystica to increase your odds even further. I don't know the exact recipes for the proper shiny boosts, but some of them are just available default. So if you have the ingredients for it, you can do that as well to boost your odds even further. And of course, completing a Pokedex and obtaining a shiny charm does increase your shiny odds permanently. So there's always that as well. So all that in mind, you'll be going crazy with shinies. Outbreaks are extremely easy to farm for shinies with outbreaks. If for whatever reason you want to shiny hunt a Pokemon and you don't like what's in your outbreaks, save at some point and turn the clock to like past midnight, or wait until the next day, and then reload your game. It'll refresh all your spawns for the outbreaks. Check the Pokemon. If you don't like it, reset again. You just keep doing that until you find the ones you want. And then just repeat the process over and over again for any shinies you want, you know? It sounds kind of complicated. I'm not explaining it the best, because I'm not exactly good at explaining technical details, but there are plenty of people online like Austin John who explain stuff like this for a fucking living. So if you want more details about shiny hunting to any degree, just check out Austin John's channel. He's also the guy who supplied all the codes that were on screen earlier for the trade stuff. So there's that. Like he's a guy who kind of compiles all of like the technical knowledge together in a way that's a lot easier to understand than me. I'm just kind of explaining it as I'm like remembering it and kind of like going like off like no script. Like he has like full script, all the info ready to go. Like this that. All I'm saying is he's a professional. I'm not. He's been playing Pokemon for who knows how fucking long. I've only been playing for a few years. I know very little in comparison. Like, he can build proper teams to take on Terror Raids. I just have to cop what everyone else is doing. He can, like, help build teams that are competitive and find the true strengths of Pokemon, I guess. I'm lucky to beat the game. I'm not good at this. Not really. I'm still a Pokemon noob. Even though I've caught 90% of the National Pokedex, I have so little knowledge. I'm gonna go ahead and start actually hatching this batch now. Like a quick batch. I think it'd be faster to do it this way instead of going the full egg timer and then not doing anything with it. You have twice as many eggs. Egg power not only gives you eggs a lot easier, it also makes eggs a lot easier to hatch. So Talonflame with like Flame Body or stuff like that, plus egg power, means you're hatching eggs really quick. So you just get a box and just keep that cycle going. It's probably, honestly, it's probably a little faster than I was doing before. I should be doing that on these streams. What am I doing? What the fuck am I thinking? Why didn't I do this before? This is technically faster, I think. It's like 15 minutes to actually get like a box of eggs. And then like 5 to 10 to hatch them all and then reset. That is so much faster. There's a lot more variance. These eggs are gonna hatch so fucking fast, by the way. also, if you don't know what a shiny Pokemon looks like, unlike Legends Arceus, you're not gonna hear the little jingle when a shiny Pokemon spawns. So you kind of have to eyeball it, and if you don't know what you're looking for, you might end up missing a shiny by accident. You can either look up the shiny ahead of time, or if you have the suspicions that you may be seeing a wild shiny, send your Pokemon to attack it. If you try to auto battle it, your Pokemon will refuse. If you throw your Pokeball at it to like initiate a battle with it, it'll do the typical shiny thing where it sparkles. So if you're not sure, just encounter it. If it's not shiny, run away. If it is, catch it. Alright, that's one column already. So like, couple minutes to hatch. Like, less than 5 for a box. Again, this is so much faster. Why was I not doing this before? So much faster and less tedious. What am I doing? Don't mind me, I'm also just kind of looking at Twitter while doing this. Again, it's always kind of nice to do something in the background while you're shiny hunting like this. Because this repetitive nature where nothing's really happening, and you just kind of autopilot it does get to you if you're just doing it alone. Are you copying like the Khalil like, wiki page in the chat? That sounds like something I would fucking do. I did that once while one was playing through Yakuza 0. One was playing through Yakuza 0, and at one point we just get bored and start messing around Wikipedia, just like click the random page, and like I just copy and paste the first couple of sentences from a Wikipedia page about something. It clogged up chat. It was a little bit distracting. I stopped doing it after that one stream, but it was kind of funny. If you ever want to waste a little bit of time and have no idea what you want to do, load up Wikipedia, click a random article, see what you get, and just keep doing that. You will find like really out of nowhere things you would not expect. And you'll probably forget all of them within 5 minutes anyway, because a lot of them are going to be freaking nothing. Because it's going to be like tiny, like 3-sentence articles about the specific type of plant. It's kind of dumb. But it was kind of a little funny pastime thing. In a way, it's almost like a Wikipedia race, except you're just running around all over the place with no set goal, and you're just doing it by yourself. You're not racing anybody, and you're just running around lost and confused the entire time. It's fun. I have been counting the number of eggs it's taken to get other egg shinies. And I have not reached, like, odds ever. The Pavilion Wooper took 75. The Johto Wooper took 400. Oddly, fine numbers there. The Score Bunny I got was 317. I'm currently at 1,462 on the Full Odds Quaxley stuff. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to be reaching odds for a while. And honestly, even if we do, it won't be far off from being the shiny. We're probably going to see it pretty soon. First, you've ever played in the same Union Circle? Well, I'm honored to be the first then. If any game was in the same lobby. I'll admit, a lot of people I play with online are streamers. I'm gonna fully admit that right now. So many people on my Switch friend list right now are just random streamers I've joined games of, and I've never removed them from my friends list, but I don't play games with them anymore. Like, I played like one round of Mario Kart with them, and then I just never did again. And they're just kind of sitting in my friends list, taking up space. I also have a couple of friends transferred over from Wii U, so there's that as well. It's all tied to your Nintendo account, which is pretty convenient. I do wish one of us had Scarlet, though. It'd be kind of nice if we did like an Area Zero, like, Paradox Pokemon hunt, where we shiny hunted the opposite version. Like, that'd be kind of cool. Again, the Fluttermane I have, that's exactly what happened. I joined someone else's Union Circle because we wanted to hunt the opposite version's shinies. They wanted Iron Valiant, I wanted just anything from Scarlet. And I just happened to get Fluttermane before they got Iron Valiant, so... Ta-da! Something tells me shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet like that, by going to Area Zero and doing the spawning shenanigans there, is not intentional, considering you're not able to see each other in Area Zero. You still have each other's spawns, but you're not technically visible to each other. So you kind of have to like somehow coordinate it. It's very weird. You get the hang of it eventually, but it's kind of weird to get used to. Just Pokemon that's not from your game, just appearing around you out of nowhere, sometimes out of your normal spawn range. It's weird. It can be kind of disorienting at times. It's like, what? Also, you have to make your sandwiches outside Area Zero. Because you can't make a picnic while inside Area Zero for some fucking reason. Despite the fact you're still outside. So, you have to make it when you're outside Area Zero, and then you go in, get to the place you want, and then you can shiny hunt from there. Which means you're wasting like a minute and a half of your sandwich. Which isn't a lot, but every little bit helps when hunting for a shiny, right? Every little bit helps. Digimon? You mean Miraidon here? Yeah, it's all. I think it's probably just like a tech look to it. Because it's from the future. I wish we could get the shiny one, though. It's shiny a lot, which is unfortunate. The shiny one, it's like all chrome. Everything's chrome in the future. I'll admit, I got Violet specifically because I wanted a freaking Jet Dragon. I got specifically because of Miraidon. I am not disappointed. Future! 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 Classic SpongeBob was so good. I do like how like some modern SpongeBob episodes kind of feel like they're from the Golden Age. There's some really good ones nowadays. Like after the first movie, everything kind of went downhill, and then Steven Hillenburg came back, starring with some of the second movie, and everything started going better. And then he passed away, and it's been kind of like half and half, I think. There's been some real stinkers, like typical modern SpongeBob. There's been some really good ones in there still. So that's kind of neat. But nothing really beats the Golden Age. Nothing. How many more do I have in this batch? One more? Alright. One thing that also brings egg shiny hunting down, you can't skip this egg animation. You have to watch it every time. And it takes a decent chunk of time, too. Especially if it hatches out in the open like this, instead of in like the whole separate screen. And it can just lag and take even longer, because this game's performance is garbage. Good luck and Khalil out. Alright, see ya, Khalil. I'll probably go for like one more batch of eggs and then probably call it anyway. Thursday, though, I am excited to get back to Sonic Frontiers, because I want to get back to extreme difficulty. I know I said I wanted to go in a little bit more rusty, like my original playthrough, but I did go back and fully S-rank all of the the Battle Rush. So I didn't get like A rank at all in the last two of those runs now. So I fully S-ranked that mode. It changes nothing. It doesn't matter at all. But it's very aesthetically pleasing knowing that I was just S the entire run. And once I'm done with an island, or at least all of the levels in an island, I think I'll do cyberspace in my own time until I have the all islands thing unlocked. And then I'll do like all 30 stages in a row on stream. So that way it's not too repetitive. I think that would be a good idea. Honestly, I'm glad they added an actual really hard difficulty. Just making everything just like instant kill already makes the game a lot harder. Like rings me next to nothing. So again, for some reason, if you're wall running and you take damage, you don't die, you still lose rings like normal. I don't know what causes that to be different, but that's how it works for some reason, and I'm not happy about it. I mean, it's nice to have a little bit of leeway, but it feels like an oversight. Like a freaking timer reset bug I encountered, where I left the cyberspace challenge mid-run, went back to Battle Rush, and then the timer from cyberspace carried over to Battle Rush, so I got a fucking D rank on the first fight, despite the fact it took me like 6 seconds. Because it had like a 45-second timer. I'm like, what? Why am I at 45 seconds? I just started! At least the jukebox seems to work fine. Unless you're certain Steam users, some of the PC players aren't happy. Because it's not working. The game won't load anymore for some people. Guys, why? Alright. One more batch, and we'll call it. So that'll be a good like 3 hours of shiny hunting. Well, more like 2.5, considering there was a whole detour with Khalil and giving him a Scream Tail. Which means I did actually help him complete his Pokedex. He said he was just missing Phanpy. Not like the Paradox Pokemon Dawn fans. No, just Phanpy. Which is weird, but okay. Also, probably should have said something before. Khalil, if you're still hearing this at some point, good luck on your Tadbulb hunt. Let's hope you get that shiny before the outbreak ends. You have until midnight. Good luck. And be lucky you're not in a Combi outbreak looking for a female shiny. I've tried that once. It did not go well. I have 2 males that can't evolve. Can Vespiquen actually beat an outbreak? Because if that's the case, I'll probably just shiny hunt it there, so I don't have to worry about female Combi at all. Probably be better for everyone. It looks like today we're going to be breaking 300, which is good news. Sandwich? Come right on. Hide the guide. Toss the ball. Which is very delayed for some reason. And now we wait. Actually, I still do it. I didn't do it yet, but I did it last time we did this. Ran on top of the table. Not how I did it. Like, if I angle myself to be on top of the table, I might not be at a good angle for it anymore. Because I moved since last time. But I finagled myself to be on top of the table before, and I can still get eggs from the top of the table, so... if I can do that again, that'd be great. So, welcome sight. Oh, I had it, I lost it. Collision can sometimes break a bit, as you can see. So in just the right position, I can kind of clip up the side. Speed in the right angle, and I just kind of clip up there. This also gives time for eggs to actually generate in the basket, which is great. Come on. Come on. Get on the table. On it once. Okay, camera. Thanks. Eh. Almost. Almost had it. Eh. Eh. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up there, please. Things from the basket so more can generate inside. A decent chunk of time has passed. 6. There we go. I was up there and I fell off twice. You can get on top of the table. Come on, I did it before. I've done it before. Get up there. You know, I wish I could do like a channel point redemption thing on YouTube. I'd love to have little channel point rewards. Maybe like game requests or like little pop-ups like Wanye does. I would love to have like a little Khalil thing pop up. Like you spend like a certain number of channel points and it's like a little Khalil picture pops up. It's like, I am a caterpillar. Well, that's what we have to. You just have that kind of pop up. But channel points aren't really a thing on YouTube, I think. I think there is like a extension for it, I believe, but you have to manually install something for that, and I don't want to force people to install it, especially because some of these mobile users are out of the fucking deal. Only like PC viewers can do it, which is just kind of sad. On Twitch, it's everyone. Everyone can do the channel point stuff if they're viewing. PC or phone, they can still do it. Hey, I got it! But on YouTube, it's like, there's no equivalent unless you download the extension. That means it's exclusive to people on PC, which is a little dumb. I wish there was some sort of, like, equivalency on YouTube, because YouTube's just a copy everything else from other platforms. So why can't they fucking copy that? I love it. Planets are aligning tonight because space is so fucking cool. Turn around to actually get inside the basket. There we go. I told you you could check the basket from on top of the thing here. My kilobits per second just immediately dropped to straight up 0 for a second. Like, stream completely gave out. Are we still live? Are we still going? Or did OBS just lie to me? If I see the table turn... Okay, we're still live. Nothing happened. We may have just had a temporary blip. But I think we're still good. Another reason I need to get the fuck out of here as fast as I can. I'm gonna give it until 2:15 my time to get eggs, and then when that's done, I'll hatch them all real fast and get the heck out of here before something breaks. It's already unstable. Uh-oh. It's unstable. The end is nigh. Meantime, I'm just looking on YouTube. Dubus Goobus posted pictures from PAX. The picture of him on Pac-Man is so funny. My hero. Like Pac-Man's not even paying attention. It's so funny looking, I love it. I wish I could animate with any sort of decency. Bum 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 It sure is taking a while to hit 215, isn't it? There it is. Alright. As soon as they say something. Freaking course. Let's hatch all these eggs and then GTFO before the world freaking ends or something. I don't know. Because OBS was not happy just then. Didn't get that many eggs, unfortunately, but honestly, I'm trying to rush out the door now because the game is seconds away from having a heart attack or something. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with the game. Well, not in the game at this point. It's OBS being like, Alright, let's go. Let's go, let's hurry. Let's hurry and get this over with. Come on, let's go. Go, 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 go. Make it fast, come on. OBS is not happy, we gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of here. You're on your own. We just have to hatch all these eggs fast. We might be just under 300. I was hoping to get to 300, but then OBS is like, nope, I'm gonna have a heart attack and jump down to 0. Kill a bunch of seconds for some fucking reason. So, I guess OBS is like, nope, hurry up, I'm done. I can't take much more of this. You keep opening Microsoft Edge, we'll stream the game, and I don't like that. So, we're hurrying this shit up so we can get out of here. As we're winding down stream, I'm gonna get the outro stuff done now, so we don't have to worry about it later, because no fucking doubt it's gonna cause a problem where I'm like, I don't want to end, I keep stalling, man. So we're gonna go ahead and just start the outro now. Sonic Frontiers, we're gonna be going back to that this Thursday. Assuming we don't get the shiny here, we probably won't. I'll leave it up to you guys what we do next Tuesday. More of this shiny hunting until we get ourselves a nice Rowlet. Or more Sonic Frontiers until we get a stream mode done. And if I find the gamepad, at some point I will play some of my Wii games before we mod the thing, because now the eShop's dead. It's effectively a dead console. The Wii U and 3DS are not dead consoles. My 3DS is actually legitimately dead. It fucking broke. It doesn't work anymore. My Wii U is still surprisingly okay after being unplugged and out of use for nearly 6 fucking years. I know, I'm just as surprised as you. It's just not the same without the gamepad, apparently. It doesn't want to fucking work all the way. Can't even change fucking settings without the gamepad. Why the hell is that why is that a thing? Why can you not change the fucking settings on a Wii U without the gamepad? You have an entire TV screen and a fucking Wii remote. Just put the controls up there! It's so fucking stupid. You can't do shit with just a Wii remote. You force the gamepad in everyone's throats. I like the gamepad as a concept. And I'm glad the whole gamepad thing got refined to eventually become the Switch. The Switch is the Wii U 2. I'm just saying, the Switch is a better Wii U. But I gotta admit, some of the choices they made with the Wii U are just so fucking baffling to me. I don't get why it's like this. Whose idea was it to do like half the shit they did with the Wii U? Oh well. At least the Wii is like a nice powerhouse for like an all-around, like, general emulation type console, so it can basically do anything in terms of streaming for me. I have the Switch for Switch games. I have Wii U for basically everything else I really care about, because let's face it, I'm not going to play anything on the PS3, Xbox 360, or any of their future consoles. Like, anything Nintendo is fair game. Anything Sega is fair game. Random bits and pieces here and there, all fair game. So yeah, the Wii is gonna be like an all-around, like, pretty much all-purpose console, which is somehow still more powerful than this fucking laptop. But hey, that means you guys are going to see Wii games in the future. And once I find the gamepad, we're going to prioritize streaming Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric because Wanda really wants me to play that game, so I have a copy of it. And I barely fucking played it because it fucking crashed my Wii U once and I'd never touched it again. But now we get to see it actually break and we can see how far we can take it. I will see if I can find some way to unupdate the game. Like, remove the fucking patch. So that way I get the infinite Knuckles glitch again. The freaking infinite jump thing. Because if I can do that and just utterly break the game, that'd be even more fun. Just being able to see how far I can take it. How broken it is. Also, I really need to end this fast. Because Kiki's starting to get a little sad. She wants to come downstairs again. Just a few more minutes, Kiki, I promise. You'll be okay. She's so pitiful. When we're in another room and we like keep Kiki away, we lock her in another room for a bit, she's like, like if I'm sitting, like, for example, wrong button. If I'm sitting in the bathroom for like 10 minutes, I swear, it's not long, she'll start meowing and like clawing in there like, hey, come on, I miss you. Are you okay? It's like, Kiki. She's like that with me and Mom. She just misses us. She just misses us. She's a cute little baby. She's a cute, sweet little baby. Hopefully, if I finish fast enough, I might be able to tune into Wanya's stream and say hi. I'm sure he'll go for it in a few minutes. He'll probably go for it a while longer. I could probably, like, meet up with him, say hi, see how he's doing with Professor Layton. See if he's finished that dang painting yet, because I watched him finish the freaking Gizmo dog. So, I wonder if he's done with the painting yet. And that was pretty close on that, too. I think he's actually pretty close to endgame entirely. I think it's why he said he's going to start his Nuzlocke tomorrow, is because Professor Layton's almost done. He's definitely close to the endgame. If not already there by now. I'm just hoping he didn't already beat the game and it's just done streaming. Because I do want to say hi. Hi! Yeah. I used to get voice cracks. I don't know why. I hate it. As if I wasn't self-conscious enough about my fucking voice and how much I fucking hate it. I have, like, pretty frequent voice cracks and I just don't like it. It's okay, Kiki. Just a little bit longer, okay? She's like, so pitiful. She's like, let me down. I miss you. I think she just got tired of looking out the window. Because usually she's pretty calm when she's upstairs. But, that's because she usually, like, sits and sleeps in the chair or, like, looks out the window. It seems she doesn't want to do that right now. She wants to come downstairs and say hi and bounce all against me. She likes doing that. She's really friendly. She can be really sweet at times, I'll admit. And then there was times where she's an absolute bully and attacks your feet for no reason. I don't know why. Cats are strange. I don't understand her sometimes. I don't understand that cat. She could be such a little weirdo. Anyway, we should have a few more eggs here. I was hoping we get the 300, but then OBS had that freak out, going to the 0 Kelvin second, and no, it's not happening. I'm stopping that. We're gonna just hatch these eggs and get out. Because OBS doesn't want to be here much longer. I don't want to force it. I don't want to force it. Yeah, Sonic Frontiers on Thursday. Warning such as Nuzlocke on Wednesday. I'm gonna see if I can join him on that. That's gonna be a hoot and a half, I guess. Hoot and a half. Rowlet, it's an owl. Ha! So yeah, warning such as Nuzlocke. Warning starts his Nuzlocke on Wednesday. Sonic Frontiers Extreme Difficulty returns on Thursday. And then next week, I'm not sure. It's like one into Nuzlocke on Wednesday. I stream Frontiers on Thursday. Friday, one will probably continue the Nuzlocke. Weekends are open. Also, I'm gonna be playing the Splatfest on my own. I think Splatfest is this weekend. I'm not streaming that again. No, I'm not streaming the fucking Splatfest again. You can't make me. Not doing it. Not after what happened last time. Not doing it. That was an infuriating nightmare. I don't want to do it ever again. Fuck that. Fuck that. Oh, Kiki's still crying. Just a little bit more, I promise. She's so pitiful. She really misses me. And no, I'm not abusing her or anything. She just gets like this when she knows someone's in another room and she can't get in. I still have a lot to learn about cats, honestly. Wait, no shiny Rowlet today. Maybe sometime next session. But for now, my friends, that's it for stream today. If you guys are interested in Pokemon Nuzlocke, I will be possibly helping one of you with his first Nuzlocke of Pokemon Ruby starting tomorrow. If you want to just watch my content for whatever fucking reason, Thursday we continue Sonic Frontiers Extreme Difficulty. And then I leave it up to you for what I'm streaming next week. Maybe more of this, maybe go straight back to Sonic Frontiers. We don't know. There could be a mystery third option. Ooh! I have no plans. Kiki, stop clawing the door. I get you want down. I can't get delaying us. I gotta go. Kiki's getting really upset. She really wants downstairs again. She knows I'm down here and doesn't want to be by herself anymore. I'll see you guys at some point. Whether it be tomorrow or Thursday. See you guys. You can. I want to end the stream, and then you can just hear a little. You can hear a little bit of like clicking noise. That's Kiki getting her claws stuck in the door because she's scratching it. Kiki. I'm gonna let her out. I'm gonna let her back down here. I always keep Kiki up there instead of down here because she tends to get in the way of the wires and like trip over them or like play with some of them. I don't want to do that. We've had some very close calls during streams before, so she's just kind of stuck upstairs during streams now. Well, they're down now, okay? I'll let her down now, don't worry. Bye, guys.